What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mystic here with another Dokkan discussion video, and today I'm going to be discussing the topic of the exchange mechanic in Dokkan and maybe the potential future of what possible units we can get that can utilize this mechanic and how it's going to be implemented. Because the last two big mechanics we've had introduced, aside from the exchange mechanic, which, as you can see, like on the screen right here, and from the thumbnail and everything, it's the thing that the free-to-play Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta and Trunks units have, as well as the LR androids with Android 16. It's the mechanic they have with their active skill, where they can basically change into another unit, where they switch out one character for another. So it's basically that thing. But aside from that, the other two mechanics that have been introduced in Dokkan were the active skill transformation with the SSJ4s back earlier this year, and then the year before that, with the transformations with the LR Goku and Vegeta, and then the LR Angel Goku and Vegeta, which is Vegito and Gochita. And then we saw those things implemented immediately into like everything else that came after that. Immediately after Gogeta and Vegito, every freaking Dokkan Fest had transformation mechanic. After the SSJ4s, every Dokkan Fest had active skills. So I just think it was kind of weird how we got introduced to this new active skill exchange mechanic, and it hasn't really been implemented besides these three units. And this was quite a bit ago now. I think it was a couple months ago. I can't really remember. But like, no Dokkan Fest units have got it or anything. So I think it would just be a kind of interesting topic to discuss. Actually, I'm doing this because it came up in the Dokkan basically podcast that the guys do. Nolar, Talon, The Truth, Goresh, and Speedy. Like that podcast I do, that I was listening to earlier on today, and they were kind of going over this discussion briefly. And it just kind of made me start thinking, so I wanted to record my own video on it. But yeah, basically these are the three units that we have so far that utilize this mechanic. We have the Goku and Gohan, the Vegeta and Trunks. These are the Cell Saga units, obviously, and then the LR androids with Android 16. So basically, as you can see here, active skill exchange. It says exchange with Android 16 for 3 turns can be activated with HP is 66% or less, with 2 or more Android category allies on the team, or can be activated when facing an enemy whose name includes Cell. So that's just basically an active skill with the requirements that need to be met, and then boom, you use your active skill, and then we have Android 16 over here. Same goes for these guys over here. This is way easier if I remember. This can be activated from the 3rd turn. Yeah, they're free to play, so of course it's going to be easier. But from the start of the 3rd turn, you can go from Super Vegeta to Super Trunks, and then from Super Saiyan Goku into Super Saiyan Gohan. And funny thing is, they're worse. Let's be honest, they're worse when they're swapped out for their sons, I guess you'd call them. 16 is better, because this 16 is absolutely ridiculous. Look at that, 16, 100 and 200% to attack and defense. That's ridiculous. And then high chance of performing a crit. He's busted, but you just don't get to see him that often. But these guys, you can see them all the time, but you'd rather choose not to, because the other versions are rather superior. Like Goku has that stacking defense, and so does Vegeta. So anyways, besides that, so basically that's the exchange mechanic. You switch from one unit to another, and then, so obviously with 16, it's implemented well in that you go from a really good unit, which is obviously the LR 17 and 18, to a busted unit of Android 16. But the requirements for that active skill exchange ability are doo-doo. Honestly, let's just be honest, it's kind of trash. Whereas these guys, their requirements are super easy to get, but you don't really want to use it because they made the swap versions of them weaker in a way. Maybe not weaker in terms of the attack they do, but overall usability, they made them weaker. So basically, they're gonna have to try to figure out how to get it so the requirements aren't as bad, and that they get stronger when they transform. And this is actually something, if we look at the past, this is something they've gone through before and have come out succeeding. So for example, with the transformation mechanic, Turles got worse when he I was gonna say evolved like this Pokemon. When he transformed, Turles got worse, and then you had really bad. Starting off, you had really bad requirements with the LRs, with the Dual Dokkan Fest 3-year anniversary LRs, and then not even a year later, you have Broly, who just turned 4, immediately transforms. So they got better with the requirements and stuff like this. And then I'd say every unit aside from Turles is better when they're transformed. I can't really think of another one off the top of my head that gets worse like he does. And again, he doesn't get worse offensively. Offensively, he becomes incredible. But just because he loses his support type passive and stuff like that, his versatility and his usability on the team goes down a little bit. So let's get into talking about what I think this could be. We could get out of this. So they obviously have shown that we haven't gotten any Dokkan Fest units, and I think that means that they don't see this as a very important mechanic. They don't see this as game changing. We're nearing year 5 now, and the past 2 anniversaries have introduced something new, and I doubt they're gonna have this. So what can we do with this? As you can see, it's been exclusively free-to-play units and summonable LRs right now. So summonable LRs, let's just take that out of the equation. I don't really care. Unless you're Truth, who really has them all the time, like immediately when they drop. But free-to-play units, that's actually, I think, is an incredible use for them. Or just normal URs in the general SSR pool. I think that could definitely be something that they can implement. It's something that normal URs usually lack. They lack the new ability or the new gimmick that the units have, that the banner units have. You have the Dokkan Fest, the main featured guy, and then they usually have at least one other unit into the banner. Like we saw Android 13, he had the physical base form Trunks with him, and like that Trunks was really good and all, but he didn't have any gimmicks, didn't have any mechanics like that. So why don't we just give him stuff like this? And I think that would just make them more interesting. Transformation units, and in terms of just general SSR units, off the top of my head, I think Ribrianne and Android 21, Majin 21 are the only ones that have that, but those are only two units, and they didn't really come out alongside a Dokkan Fest unit. At least I don't remember 21 did. Maybe she did come out with 17. Actually, yes, she came out with MVP 17, didn't she? Sorry, I'm just rambling, but on that, trying to remember. But anyway, yeah, I think that's the way that the best they can be implemented. That way, it's just more accessible to everyone. You can keep free-to-play ones too, obviously, but they're just not going to be as good offensively most of the time, or defensively, unless they're special like these two, who have the stacking mechanic with their defense on supers. So I think that's just a good place to sideline this mechanic and have it relevant, but not the main focus, which I think they're going to move forward from that. We got equipment, data mined, and stickers, and whatever the hell all that stuff's going to be. We got that stuff data mined. Who knows what that's going to be? That might be the future. So this is something that was introduced in the past, and I think it's going to be staying in the past, but it could just be used more effectively, in a more effective way. So I have come up with 3 ideas of units that I think could be added to the general SSR pool. These are units that I thought of. First of all, it canonically makes sense in having the swap mechanic. I just wanted to make sure, they fit with the theme of, you had Goku fight Cell, and then he swapped out for Gohan. You had the androids, they fought, the Cell came after them, 16 stepped in, and then you had, Super Vegeta fought Cell, and then Trunks stepped in. They canonically, it goes like that. So just don't want to throw in random units. I don't want to be like, here we have Krillin, and he goes into Beers, like something like that, something ridiculous like that. Just wanted to be canonically to the series. And see if we can add also some new banner units to SSRs that are lacking. I'd say they're lacking in units, and what I mean by that is their name, which you'll see what I mean right now. So let's just switch on over to that. So first of all, we have here the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta card I came up with. This was something also that I came up on the podcast that inspired me. Super Saiyan Blue Goku kind of doesn't really have very many good cards in Dokkan right now. He's kind of lacking. He's slacking a little bit, you know. And aside from the Awakening that just came out on Global, well, who plays Global? Global sucks. You know, we JP Banes out here. What do we have? The STR Super Saiyan Blue Goku, garbage. And then of course, you know, we have Kaioken Easy A Goku, but that's the Dokkan Fast. I'm talking about general SSR pools. We don't really got the good ones. We got the AGO one. He was okay until he's not anymore. So let's throw in Goku from Resurrection F. So of course, the way these cards work is they have the name of both units when they're in their regular state, and then they transform or when they exchange into the second unit. So this Goku would be Super Saiyan Blue Goku, or as Dokkan would call it, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. And then it would just become Super Saiyan Blue, as I'm going to call it, Vegeta. So this obviously comes from, as you can see there, Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, the movie. And it's, you know, Dokkan, half the love for me right now, not even half, like 75%, dude, 3/4, is the freaking animations, man. The animation, they just been killing it. So I just thought of things, of animations that they could do, which would be freaking cool, and it'd be pretty cool to see. So, you know, you have Goku, he's fighting Golden Frieza, and then when he gets shot with his ray gun, he goes into base, and then he tags out with Vegeta. They have that little comedy scene where like, okay, Vegeta, it's your turn. So they do something like that, you know. Goku would be in his blue form. You use your active skill, he goes into base, and then he tags in Vegeta, and Vegeta steps in and just absolutely annihilates, you know. And it's another Vegeta, but it's another Vegeta. I think it's introducing another Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta without having the name Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, so he can be ran alongside other Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas, if any of that made sense to you. Because we have a lot of good ones right now. We have the Tech Father Son Gun one. We have the Int SSB one. Of course, Super Saiyan Blue. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know why I repeated that. That's gonna get his Easy A soon, and he's gonna be incredible. We have Evolution Vegeta. He's incredible as well. So we have a lot of good ones right now, and introducing another one would kind of not be the smart idea, because, you know, why would you use this one over the others? But because it's a Goku and Vegeta, there you go. You can have a Vegeta without taking up the slot and name of another one. So that's basically the first idea we came up with. Super Saiyan Blue Goku. We need more Super Saiyan Blue Gokus in the general SSR pool. We're lacking in those. And then I think it would be pretty cool just to be from the Resurrection F movie. You know, we have the movie hero Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Super Broly, so they're in the movie heroes category. But besides them, which are free to play, and they're incredible free to play units, but you know, it's just not the same. Besides them, I say the best Super Saiyan Blue Goku in the game is Easy A Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and he isn't on movie heroes, so this would be a cool addition to movie heroes. Since they are from the Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F movie, they'd be a cool addition to movie heroes as a strong Super Saiyan Blue Goku that you could run in that category. Because right now, if you look at it, the only options are the AGO one and the Dragon Ball Super one, which also AGO, but he's free to play. So you don't really have that much great options, in my opinion. And then the Vegeta as well. I think it's only the STR one and then the Tech free to play one that are movie heroes. But moving on to the next one, we have Gotenks into Ultimate Gohan. So this obviously comes from the scene where Piccolo and Gotenks have just gotten out of the hyperbolic time chamber and they're facing off with Super Buu. And then Gotenks as Super Saiyan 3 is taking him on, and then he defuses. So that's basically what the animation would be. You know, you use your active skill, Gotenks defuses, you have Goten in Trunks, and then you have that freaking amazing scene, which it's like one of my favorite scenes from Z, where you have Gohan flying in, and then they're all like, "Who's that?" "Oh, it's Goku." "No, guys, it's my brother Gohan." That's what Goten says in his terrible freaking voice acting, which is terrible, but it's the best. That Z dub's the best dub, besides from Yu Yu Hakusho, because that's probably the best dub. But anyways, that's a little bit off topic there. That's that'd be the cool animation where you have Gohan flying in with his hair looking super freaking dope, and then he like does that thing with his arm when he like lands. I don't know, dude. That scene, I freaking love that scene. And this is a little bit weird because so from the other one, you go from Super Saiyan Blue Goku to Super Saiyan Vegeta. Your links stay kind of the same, you know. And the other examples of the Goku to Gohan, Vegeta to Trunks, they're both Super Saiyans. Similar links, and then of course the other androids, similar links as well. Now this is completely different. This completely changes up your links, and it could just make this unit overall more versatile. You have over in the Flash units, you stay with your Gotenks. You have shocking speed units, you go into Ultimate Gohan. You know, you need experienced fighters, which I think most Ultimate Gohans have, or is it Future Gohan? Or maybe both. I can't really remember off the top of my head right now. But you need that, you switch into Gohan. So that can be a cool way of varying the links. And then just as well, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, we don't have any general SSR pool ones. I think the only Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks that exist in the game currently are the tech one, the physical one, that are both those two Dokkan Fest ones, and then the card art from here is the STR one from the Clone Vegeta story event. So we could add one to the general SSR pool. It's from the Majin Buu saga. I think that's the direction we're going in right now. So if, as many are predicting, we get Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Majin Vegeta as a dual Dokkan Fest for the New Year's, and then, you know, I'd assume they'd add some banner units, some extra general SSR pool banner units. This would be a pretty cool one, you know. And then off the top of my head, this just came to me right now, assuming it's like a Super and Extreme type deal, this would be on the Super banner with Goku, and then you can have like a Babidi and a Dabura. Yeah, God knows Dabura needs a new card in this game. You could have those on the Majin Vegeta banner. So I think that'd be a cool idea. More Gotenks, and then you can just, it's another Ultimate Gohan in the game, but without having, you know, if you don't like Ultimate Gohan's links, and if his links doesn't fit the situation, you know, first of all, give this guy some key boost to all allies. Just give him that, please, and then he'll actually be usable. But this is like a good example of using the exchange mechanic, so you kind of have two completely different units, because in the other ones it's really just a passive that you're getting different, and they are different units, but you know, they're more alike than they are different. This could completely change it up. Even if their passives are still similar, the link set will be completely different, and then that'd just be an interesting way to use this mechanic, in my opinion. Anyway, going on to this last one, I'm kind of rambling for a bit. We're about to hit 20 minutes. If this is long, I'm sorry. This last one, boom, Fusion Reborn. I think this is like the first one that came into my head. Pikkon into Super Gogeta. You know, Super Gogeta, we have a lot of him in the game right now, but we don't have enough to full team, and with this, I think we do. You have the base Gogeta from Dragon Ball Super Broly, Super Gogeta, Super Saiyan Gogeta, and then Super Gogeta, and then LR Gogeta, which is the Goku and Vegeta. And then if you cheat like me, you can have a Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, or the eventual LR Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, because you know we're going to have that. And then you can have this Pikkon into Super Gogeta. So, Pikkon, we have a couple bit of him, but we haven't got a new one since the Otherworld tournament banner, which when we got that whole Pikkon is optimal meme, because he was like the first non-Saiyan with prepared for battle, and he was actually a pretty good unit. He greatly lowered attack or something like that. He was a really good unit back then. But besides him, we haven't got a new one in a long time. So this guy would be pretty cool, an addition to a banner. And then, you know, as you saw the other ones, I used Dokkan art. I had to use Legends art from this one. You know, if you follow me on Twitter, I've made it known that I'm not the hugest fan of Legends art shading in general. But this Pikkon one is like one of my favorites. And that'd be a freaking dope art, dude. Just imagine that art. And like in Dokkan, it would probably look worse than this one, because, you know, Legends is more, it's HD. But still, it would look freaking dope. And that animation, oh, that would look freaking awesome. Having Pikkon hold someone off, and then you see Goku and Vegeta do the fusion. You can have an entire animation of the fusion dance in the background, like a really good animation with current Dokkan. Oh, it would be awesome. But yeah, we'd have also another example of completely different link sets, which is like an interesting thing to have. Again, I think that's an interesting mechanic we could do, because link set changing in between battle, we have something like that. You know, when you transform, if your unit is in base form and you go Super Saiyan with the transformation, you have a Super Saiyan link, and then you usually drop a link to get that if their entire link is full. So I think that's something that's pretty cool, but it hasn't been done to the extreme, and this is doing it to the extreme. So it just adds another thing to the game. Because right now, dude, in Dokkan, everyone does a lot of damage. A lot of people tank. It's like, it's kind of doesn't really matter what the unit does in terms of what they output. It's more about how fun the unit is to me right now. And I think this would be something that could be more fun. Using two, you could take Pycon and Gogeta into a team. If you want to, if you're running Majin Buu Saga, you can take Gotenks and Gohan as one slot. Like that, I think personally, that's a pretty cool thing. And it's just a fun thing to have multiple units, and you can, in the middle of the game, just swap back and forth between them. And obviously, I've stated, these would be normal SSRs in the general SSR pool, which is cool. You could have a normal SSR, Super Gogeta, normal SSR, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Like, these are units that normally we don't have, and you get them in there. It's freaking cool, in my opinion. So, and because they're not so broken or OP, I think, at least I think that's how they'd be built. But, you know, we just got Bergamo as a normal SSR, and he's the top 3 TURs in the game right now. They could have the requirements for their active skill exchange ability would be way more lenient. Obviously, and hopefully not as garbage as the one we have with Android 16, LR Android 16 right now. But anyways, that's just basically what this video topic was about. I wanted to share some ideas I had, and, you know, just speak my mind on this stuff right now. I've been getting into Dokkan a lot more lately, and, you know, if you follow me on Twitter, which you should, is at the Mystic SSJ on Twitter. I'm planning on doing more Dokkan content in the future. Like, I actually plan on doing actual content, like gameplay and all that stuff. This is just a little quick discussion video I wanted to do. It's late at night. I think it's almost gonna be 1 a.m. right now. I'm in the garage. It's cold. Anyways, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe. I'm gonna have more Dokkan content coming soon, so subscribe for that if you want. I guess, you know, maybe not. Maybe you think this video sucked. Leave a dislike if you want. I don't care. And don't subscribe. But if you did like it, you know, like it, subscribe, share the video, and all that kind of stuff. Retweet my tweet when I tweet this out eventually. But anyways, that's been the video. Let me know what you guys thought. See if you have any better ideas. I was discussing this in the group chat, just real quick. Let me bring this up in the group chat, and we were like discussing, bouncing back and forth ideas. And I thought Fat Boo into Spirit Bomb Goku, that'd be pretty freaking cool. We don't have a lot of Fat Boos right now. I think that'd be cool. But anyways, guys, this has been a pretty long video. I'm Mystic, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.